You are on the channel Cataclysms. Thank you very much for your activity and support. Each of your likes and comments helps in promoting the channel. Review of events for 5th of February. A state of emergency for desert locust infestations has been imposed in Somalia. In recent days, winds and rains have created favorable conditions for the breeding of desert locusts. Insects spread rapidly to all new areas, threatening crop loss. Desert or African locusts, the most dangerous pest of the entire family of these insects. When this type of locust has enough food, it leads a rather sluggish and even secluded way of life. However, when there is a threat of starvation for large crop failures, desert locusts gather into huge colonies numbering tens of millions of individuals. Tightly holding together, begins to look for food in remote areas. Hordes of these insects are able to overcome in a day up to 150 kilometers, emptying everything in their way. The drone captured stunning footage of giant waves hitting coastal homes in New England and the United States, reaching rooftops. The storm, which hit the northeastern parts of the country, caused several homes to collapse in Massachusetts. Severe beach erosion was caused by unusually high waves and gusty northerly winds. A combination of powerful waves and high tide caused the flood to damage the foundations of homes across the state's coastal region. In the town of Sandwich on Cape Cody, individual buildings were completely overturned. Many years ago these houses were built at a sufficient distance from the beach, but a strong surf eventually eroded the shore. Hurricane-force winds also hit dangerous waves on the coastal areas of the city of Winthrop, near Boston. Waves smashed against roadblocks, forcing military personnel to block the road. A landslide came off in the English city of Nottingham after the rains. People evacuated. 5 families in Nottingham, England, were forced to hastily flee their homes after a landslide caused a 21 meters high strengthening wall to collapse. The downpours eroded the foundation and weakened the ground. People were woken by the sound of bricks falling and land into their yards. Nottinghamshire police said no one was injured. Strengthening walls are often erected on the hills so that the slope remains stable during the rains. Roads near the scene had to be closed before those until the area is deemed safe. Emergency services evacuated families from 4 separate homes after their rooms flooded in heavy rain. Due to heavy rains and thunderstorms, flood warnings were issued for several regions of Saudi Arabia, which are in effect until Saturday, February 6th. Showers flooded parts of the country, in places blocking roads. The water was so strong that it damaged the infrastructure. Thunderstorms with gusty winds covered the capital Riyadh, Mecca, Medina, and Sharjah. Specialists from the National Meteorology Center warned there would be heavy rain in some areas. Stormy streams with sand and stones harmed cars, destroying parts of the road. Some cars were demolished from the route by flood. Authorities urged all citizens to stay away from places that could be flooded and comply with civil defense instructions. In southern Chile, 1,000 fish discarded on the shore of a local beach. The incident happened 500 kilometers from Santiago. The first dead fish were noticed by locals. Now the reasons for the mass moron are finding out. A group of experts. Other marine animals were found on the shore besides fish. According to preliminary information, the State National Fishing Services of Chile found chlorophyll in the water in large quantities. The substance can reduce the level of oxygen in the water. Homes and major roads in the southeast of St. Clair County, Michigan, USA, were flooded after an ice jam raised water levels in the St. Clair River to a record 176 meters mark. The American and Canadian Coast Guard directed an icebreaker to the St. Clair River after ice buildup caused devastating flooding in the southeast of St. Clair County, from Algonac to Port Huron. After the storm, Justine brought heavy rains emerged from the banks of the river in the southwest of France. 8 departments in the region have been affected by the floods, with more than 100 people forced to flee their homes. The difficult situation is in the departments of Lot and Garonne and Gironde. The town of Marmande and its surroundings are almost completely surrounded by water. The water level in the Garonne River is still at a critical level. In Japan, about 40 cars were out of snow in the snow trap. On Friday night in Japan, heavy snowfall caused difficult traffic on the track in the prefecture of Iwate. Crash cars got up in a multi-kilometer traffic jam. Also, additional difficulties created 2 trucks, which brought on the track. From behind, a shallow accident formed a jam length of 20 kilometers. From snow captivity, motorists managed to release on Friday morning. Nornickel must pay 146 billion rubles as compensation for environmental damage caused by a fuel spill in Norilsk. In May last year, such decision was made by the Court of the Krasnoyarsk territory on February 5th. The key change after this decision should be to change the attitude of owners of large hazardous industries to how they modernize their production. Modernization of production, introduction of the best available technologies to prevent such accidents. It is much cheaper to modernize production than to compensate 146 billion rubles for damages. Vladimir Potanin's Nornickel and his partners have been informed that according to Russian law, the decision comes into legal force after 1 month from the date of its manufacture in full if it is not appealed. The company plans to carefully examine the court order after receiving its full text.